Hello everybody, hello, welcome back to my channel. Hey divas, how you doing? Alrighty everybody, so today we are going to be doing a bit different thing. So we did this once before with Marvel Rivals characters, but things have changed, alright? So recently I have gotten into Dead by Daylight, and I've played it before once when it was on mobile, like a couple times when it was on mobile. And then I kind of just put it down and I never picked it up again until recently, and I've been having lots of fun. I am working on getting a capture card, and whenever we do that we will have actual like DBD gameplay. But for right now, just to, you know, kind of show that I do want to make videos about this kind of, we are going to actually be ranking all the killers today. Now, if you don't know, DBD is a very fun game. It also is a very stressful game, but in it, if you really don't know, then you play as either a survivor or a killer. There's 4 survivors per match and 1 killer per match, and you got to do a bunch of tasks and escape before the killer gets you. So today we're going to be ranking all the killers. They're so they are all intriguing in their own right, but some of them I hate playing as or hate going up against, you know, that type of vibe. So with that being said, let's begin, and I'll be putting pictures up on screen of each killer so you can see them more, right? Okay, so first is Trapper. Trapper, for me, he's not bad, he's not good either. If like everybody gets him, you know, he's basically the poster child for DBD. So some people are really bad with him, and then, you know, the survivors get a free win, and some people are insanely good with him and it makes me pull my hair out. So that's a perfect example, I feel like, of a B, because he's fun to play as if you know what you're doing, but if you don't know what you're doing, you're not really going to be able to do shit with him. So he goes into B tier. Next we have the Wraith. Alright, the Wraith is annoying. One of my best friends, Natalie, we play DBD together, and she hates the Wraith. Alright, she hates the Wraith, but plot twist, whenever she's killer, she likes being the Wraith. Alright, you know. But yeah, so the Wraith, what he does is he has this big bell and he becomes invisible. Oh, that's so fun. That is so freaking fun. But but apart from him being invisible, you can't like detect him, and that's like a whole thing. But he's honestly, even though he's annoying to deal with, I'm gonna put him in A because he's so much fun to play. Alrighty, so next we're gonna do, oh my goodness, why can't I tell who that is? Oh, the Hillbilly. Okay, so this is the Hillbilly. And he's pretty cool. He reminds me a lot of like what's it called, oh my goodness, he kind of reminds me of Leatherface, but Leatherface is in this game, so like you take that as you will. But he's pretty fun. His chainsaw, actually, let me take that back. I say he's pretty fun. For me, when I play him, I don't like playing as him. I don't like his like burst. So he has this chainsaw, and if you hold it down, he does like a little run. But if he hits anything, he stops, all that type of shit. A few killers have like a sprint like that, but his is just like kind of annoying for me, and I don't really like going up against him at all. So I'm gonna put him in C tier. Alrighty, so the next thing that we have, I believe, yes, is the Nurse. Sorry if I keep zooming in. I am blind and I'm sitting pretty far away from my computer. So the Nurse is definitely, you know, everybody in the DBD community keeps talking about how OP she is. Now, the Nurse is one of these characters where she is OP, and it's mainly due to her abilities, because like she can go through anything. All right, she has a blink, and essentially she can just like travel through anything twice, and then she kind of has to stop for a little bit. But she's interesting. All right, she's interesting. I know she's OP, but I don't really see her a lot. It's kind of weird. I don't really, maybe it's because I've been playing 2v8 a lot, but like I don't see the Nurse a lot. I see Nemesis, I see Wesker, I even see a more Trapper, but like it's rare that I see the nurse right now. So for that, just because I like when I play her, it's kind of hard to maneuver and all that, and I don't see her a lot, I'm gonna put her into B because she's still a pretty good like killer. Like again, people say that she's freaking OP, but you know, whatever. So the next one we have is Michael Myers. All right, we got Mikael Myers, and he's cool. The way that he plays is quite interesting because he has to stalk somebody, and then you like get a meter and it fills up and stuff. So that's pretty cool. That's it's a very unique thing of gameplay. That's dope. All right, a few other killers will have a very unique method of gameplay. And yeah, he's pretty cool. I have only gone up against the Myers like twice, and both times, you know, he did kill everybody, so I have to rank him at least a little bit high, so I'm gonna put him in A. All right, next we have the Hag. Now the Hag, I've personally played as the Hag. I do like the Hag. I don't think she's the best by any means, but I do love her power set. So what she does is she marks the ground, right, and she puts like a trap, and then when a survivor comes near it, she pops up from that trap like a double of her, and she can quickly, I believe, teleport to it. So that's pretty cool. But the only drawback is that if you're in any of those maps that don't have a lot of like ground coverage, and like the bright maps, essentially, if you're on any of the bright maps, then the survivors can actually like erase your sigil that's on the ground, the trap, or with a flashlight they can just burn it off. So for that reason, she's gonna go into C tier because unfortunately there's just so many ways to counter her that it's kind of, you know, it's not that great. Next we have the Doctor. So the Doctor is really fun. I think he's very annoying to go up against, but he's also very fun to play because you can like shock people, you can make them yell from wherever they are. Like it's very yeah, you can't really hide when you're playing with the Doctor. All right, or at least the Doctors that I've gone up against, you can't really hide. Very fun character though, very fun. Definitely, I love his little laugh. He has like this little like demon laugh, I guess you could call it. But yeah, he's pretty cool. I'm gonna rank him in A just because of that, a little above Myers, low-key. So next we have the Huntress. Now the Huntress and Trapper, the Spirit, you know, a few of them were also in the spin-off game of Hooked on You. That one was funny. But Huntress, what she does is that she has these hatchets and she can throw them. And she can throw them across the map. There's a bunch of compilations on YouTube if you want to go watch that. Some people will throw it at the beginning of the match and they just happen to get, I don't know if they know where they are, but like they happen to get the survivors from all the like across the freaking map. So that's pretty cool. The Huntress though, she's cool. I like her. Again, the one drawback is obviously, you know, you only have a set number of hatches before you have to go to a locker and then get more. I seem to be going up against people that whenever I do that, they put a flashbang near the locker, and so that's not that fun. But I think she is definitely gonna go in A tier just because of how like good you can get with her. I think personally that there's a really high skill ceiling with her. On top of that, she hums throughout the entire match, and you can hear it all throughout the map, so you automatically know that you're going against the Huntress, and it's kind of nerve-wracking. So for that, I think they did really good. Next we have Leatherface. Okay, so Leatherface, same thing as Hillbilly, where he has like a charged chainsaw attack, but Leatherface is actually really funny, to me at least. He's really funny to go up against because he just like babbles, and he's kind of, I don't know, it seems to me that he's easier to juke out and loop than the Hillbilly. So for that reason, he's gonna go into C tier, all right? Because he's not bad. And let me just tell you, this is my opinion. If yours are different, I would love to know down below. But in my opinion, he's not that hard to go up against. Or at least I haven't come across a hard one to go up against, so that's why he's down there. The next one, Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger, when he was like released the first time, he was utter dog shit. It was so bad, but he has been reworked and given buffs a number of times, and nowadays he's way better than compared to his first version. But Freddy Krueger is interesting because he pulls you into the dream world, based on his movies and all that. And the only way to get out of that is to like wake yourself up or have a survivor wake you up. It's a very interesting concept. I think that it is a nuisance to go up against, but at the end of the day, he is really, really good. Like at least all the Freddy Kruegers I've been up against, they usually end up getting a 4K. So for that, he's gonna go in B. Next, we have the pig. That's all I gotta say. No, I'm kidding. Although she is gonna go in D because this poor pig, she was so good and then she keeps getting nerfed. If you ever play DBD and you get into the DBD community, you are going to hear nerf pig. And now you know why, because she was really good and they nerfed her to oblivion. And now every patch note that comes up, if it has the pig, people are talking about it. But yeah, she's pretty cool. I'm not gonna say I enjoy the Saw franchise because it is very gory, but I mean, it is a very interesting series and it's a very intriguing killer, to say the least, especially because she can like crouch. But yeah, so the next killer that we have is the clown, and automatically I'm just gonna put him up in A. I do enjoy the clown because, I don't know, before we had Vecna or the Lich, which, that was basically magic incarnate, and so is Dracula. The clown felt more like a mage build because he has like those little potions, and so he has a purple potion that hurts and then a yellow potion that speeds everybody up. So it's very interesting. I've seen a bunch of people that play him really, really well. And I love his suits. I believe he's the one that has a chicken suit, I believe. But if not, then, the wrong killer. But regardless, I do enjoy the fact that he has potions. I think that's really, really cool. And yeah, he's pretty fun to go up against, and he's pretty fun to play as. So that's why he's an A. The Spirit. Alright, so the Spirit is one of the ones where I'm gonna automatically put her in B. Now, the Spirit, I don't hate the Spirit, but for me, I don't understand how people play as those killers that when they're in a certain state, so she can phase, right? So when she's in her phase state, she can't see survivors. So I personally, when I play as her, I can't do shit because I don't know where anybody is. But the people who know how to play her are insanely good. Like I see them pop into their phase, they just walk around and immediately know where somebody is, and I'm like, holy crap, like I wish I could do that. I personally can't, but I do also love her cosmetics, just the fact that she has a sword. Her Mori's kind of on the lower end, but that we're not ranking Moris in this video. Ooh, that might be a good video. Anyway. Next we have Legion. All right, I'm gonna put Legion down here. Legion is D tier. For me personally, I do not like going up against Legion because Legion doesn't feel like a killer to me personally. Legion kind of feels more like 4 survivors that said, screw it, we're gonna hunt you down. And that's what they're doing. I also I don't know, the killers are so unique and so fun. And then Legion is really just, a person with a mask, and that's it. Which, technically Leatherface and Michael Myers are too, but I don't know, there's something about it. Legion is also just really annoying to go up against. I always end up having just to like loot for like a while to get away from a Legion, and that's if I get away. So, maybe it's my skill issue, but for me, Legion is gonna go in D tier. And again, this is just my opinion. I just want to reiterate that this is not commenting on behavior, I love you, but yeah. All right, so next we have, I believe, who is this? The Plague? Yes, that is the Plague. And she's interesting. I am going to put her in C tier though. All right, here's why. I despise throwing up, okay? I despise puking, and her main attack that always gets me is people will puke on you. All right, and I'm just like, whoop, whoop, whenever that happens. And it's really funny to hear just in the Discord call. But at the same time, she is a pretty interesting killer. I love how she looks, all right? I believe she's from Babylon, which is insane. But she's really cool. I think she's a very interesting killer. I think that she has an interesting topic. I do love that the way you can cure yourself from her plague is at these fountains that are around the map. That's really cool. I like that. But yeah, just the vomiting kind of gets me. Next, we have Scream or No Face. All right, so No Face, I'm gonna rank in B. Actually, no, I'm gonna rank him in C because No Face is one of those killers that I don't know if maybe it's just because the ones I'm going up against, No Face killers just seem to always tunnel like one person. They always seem to tunnel one person, and then they'll like face camp them on the hook. It's a whole thing, but I'm not really judging based on like how others play them, right? For me personally, when I played as Ghostface, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I just didn't kind of like, I couldn't really grasp his kit. And for me, it just wasn't that fun compared to the other ones. And so that's why he's in C tier. I think it's great. I do love his cosmetics though. The cosmetics for No Face are pretty freaking good. And I hope that we get more, honestly. Next, we have the Demogorgon. I'm going to rank the Demogorgon in B tier. Just because his skins are great, like the blighted one, and then the other one where he looks like all gross. That one's pretty cool. I also just enjoy like going up against a Demogorgon because he has that lunge ability. He like his Mori is great. I do love his Mori. And he's just a really fun killer to go up against. I don't really know what else to say apart from that. Like, he's a bit challenging, but he's also just, you know, a bit fun to go up against. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The Oni. All right, so the Oni I'm going to put in A tier. I do enjoy playing as the Oni. I do love the fact that, you know, the trail of like, are they blood cells? I call them blood cells because they look like blood cells. But the trail that the survivors leave behind them that you can follow. I love that he has this club that he can like hit the pallets with. That's very fun. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoy him. I love that one of his skins is like a Greek Minotaur. So that's dope. You know, always take that. But yeah, so the next killer is who? Oh, that's the Deathslinger. Okay, I'm so sorry. I had to zoom in that far. I couldn't tell who that was. Okay, so the Deathslinger. I'm gonna put Deathslinger. Honestly, you know what? I was gonna put him in S. No. I'm gonna put him in B because the Deathslinger, he's pretty fun to go up against. I will say though, the ones who are really good, you'll be like going out looping them, right? And then they somehow get you, like they shoot you, because his whole thing, if you don't know, is that he has this gun and it shoots and it basically grapples you and it starts pulling you towards him. So if you're behind something like a pallet or like a loop or something, it's easier because you can get away sooner. But if you are caught like just in the middle of the map and he gets you, you're done. You're just done. But he's pretty cool. I do love that one of his skins that's a newer one is based on the Iron Maiden album, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, he's very fun to go up against, especially on his map, which is I believe the Saloon one. But yeah, so next one we have is Pyramid Head, and yes, alrighty, I know I'm gonna put him in S. I am a sucker for Silent Hill. This is gonna happen twice more, or at least once more with another killer, but I love Pyramid Head. I can barely work him as a killer, all right? I can barely work him as a killer, but I love it, all right? Every time I play as him, it's so fun. You know, most of the survivors get away. Maybe I get a 1K, but it's just so fun. Like, I have so much fun when playing as Pyramid Head and a few others on this list that it's so fun. I love it. I love it. And yeah, he's great. I like his cosmetics. I like the fact that his hook looks very Silent Hilly. I like that his Mori is very Silent Hilly. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Next, we have the Blight. I'm going to rank the Blight in C tier. All right. Here's why. I can't play as the Blight ever. Like ever. I tried it. I bought him and I tried it and it was fun. But the Blight, I just can never like get his lunges right. All right, if you don't know what he does, he lunges once and you can't do anything during that lunge except traverse. Then you have a lethal lunge, which that's what you want to aim at the survivors. Now here's the issue. I can never aim at the survivors. I will do my first lunge, maybe get in the right position, 90% of the time not. And then in that slim 10%, I manage to get in the right position. I do my lethal lunge and then I miss. Or I hit a damn pallet. But yeah, there is a content creator, I believe their name is Lilf, and they're insanely good at the Blight. Like, insanely good. Like, it's crazy. I love watching them play as Blight because I could never. But I do appreciate that some people can play as them, and I do love it. It's pretty cool. Next we have the twins. I'm gonna rank the twins in D tier. I do think that as a character they are very intriguing because they are a DBD original. You know, a lot of these are, but one of the cool things is that, you know, they're two twins, right? So there's one inside the other, and then one goes stoic, and then like the other one just runs. It's kind of crazy. I have been up against the twins only a handful of times, but I don't know. I don't really enjoy it, like playing as them. Playing against them, very interesting, very fun, because you got to make sure that you're looking around for the little baby that's running around on the ground. It kind of gives Chucky vibes. But apart from that, you know, I don't really like playing as them. It's kind of difficult for me. All right. Next we have oh my goodness, I completely forgot his name, but he's the Korean pop star. I'm gonna put him in, oh, the Trickster, that's his name. We're gonna put him in B. He's pretty fun. I like that he has the little daggers, so he's kind of like Huntress Light. You know, she has one hatchet that she chucks, or she has a bunch of hatchets, but she chucks one at a time. He chucks like left, right of these little daggers, and he has like 40 of them. All right, pretty fun. All things considered, I do like him. I think that his Fury mode is a bit annoying, and he is more of a PC killer, all right? Because he on console is kind of hard because there is like kickback from the daggers, right? You start slowly going down, and so on controller it's harder to make those fine-tune adjustments, where on mouse it's just, you know, you're moving your hand. But yeah, he's pretty fun. I do like his story. I do like the survivor that came with him. It's all great. Next, we have Nemesis. And Nemesis, I'm going to rank in A for a few reasons. So, and above the Oni. I like Nemesis. I love Resident Evil. It's one of my new, like, favorite things ever. I played a couple, like, way back when. But now I'm finally getting into it, like, hardcore. And I've been having so much fun. I'm currently playing Resident Evil 0, and I'll probably make a few gameplay videos on that when I get a capture card. But yeah, I love Resident Evil, and Nemesis is so fun in DBD. Like, he is a slower killer because he's gargantuan. He is a mammoth, dude. He's insane. But he has zombies on the map, which I find really fun. Like, the fact that he just adds zombies to the map, and he has the little whip in his hand, and he can just like punch people. I find it so funny and so fun to play with. So that's why he's an A. Next we have Pinhead. All right, I'm gonna rank Pinhead in A as well, probably above this one. Yeah, there we go. And the reason being is because Pinhead is really fun to play. I hate Hellraiser. All right, I hate it. I get so scared and so grossed out by it. But I mean, I guess that's the point, because that's the whole point of the movie. But the killer in DBD is really interesting. The fact that he can do the little gateways for the hooks, the fact that there is just like a passive timer where then everybody kind of gets hooked. Very cool, very fun, thoroughly enjoy. I also got my second win as a killer ever was on Pinhead, so that was pretty fun. And I do like going up against him because you'll be fine, and then all of a sudden there's like 7 hooks in you, and you gotta like do the little like remove cycle for each of them, and you know, that's kind of annoying, but it is fun to go up against and to play as. The artist, okay, so I'm gonna rank the artist at the top of B. The artist is really interesting. She is like, her hands are kind of made of ink, and she has like the crow attacks. Very cool. Her Mori is one of the best ones I've seen, and I like her. I think her skins are great. I think the tome skins that she's gotten are amazing, and she's good. She's just all around a good, she's not great, but she's not bad. So She's, for me, in B tier. Next, we have Sadako, and I am obsessed with The Ring. I love The Ring. I have seen all of the movies of The Ring. And, oh, by the way, if you have not seen the Japanese movies of The Ring, watch them. They're way better and way, way, way cooler than the American-made ones. But, regardless, she's fun. She's great. I love that her abilities are mostly telekinetic. I love that when she carries a survivor, you're just floating. So that's interesting. But yeah, she's great. And I love the fact that she can teleport through TVs. You know, there's TVs around the map when you play as her, and she can just teleport to them, and she crawls out like in the movies. Very, very fun. Very, very cool. Next killer. What is that? Oh, okay, that's the Dredge. So the Dredge, let me put it to you this way, all right? I cannot play as the Dredge. I don't like playing against the Dredge. He is gonna go, though, in B, because he is just scary. The Dredge terrifies me. I don't know why. I think it's because he's just a void, and then things are coming out of the said void. So I don't like him. I do like one of his skins where he just looks like toys, but apart from that, like, no. He terrifies me. I'm terrified. Next one, Wesker. Wesker is going in S because I can't play as Wesker. I always miss my lunges, but I love Resident Evil, and just for that, I think he's great. But in all seriousness, though, I do love playing against Weskers. I do love, like, because they'll lunge at you, right, when they think they have you, and if you just, whoop, you know, just sidestep it a little bit, sometimes they'll miss, and it's the funniest thing ever. And a lot, okay, surprisingly, a lot of the Weskers I've come into contact with are very nice. Like, they won't slug, they won't face camp if they are killing, and sometimes, this happened twice, a Wesker just, like, led me to a generator and just sat there. And at first I was like, oh, they're gonna wait till endgame to kill everybody. But then at the end game, they just led me to the door, they let me do it, and they just kept nodding their head yes. And then I left. And it was very nice. It was so peaceful. But yeah, great killer. I think he's awesome. I love that he has, you know, the big, like, tentacle thing. His Mori is great. And yeah. Next is the Knight. All right, and I know this might be controversial, but I'm putting the Knight in S tier. Why? Because the Knight was the first killer that I ever got my first win with. All right, he was the first when I ever got his killer. I loved it. I loved the fact that he has the Carnifex and the Jailer and the Assassin, and you can put them in different spots, and oh, it's so fun. And I love the survivor he came out with. We will talk about Vittorio Toscano in another video. But with that being said, he is great. I love him. Then we have the Skull Merchant. All right, I'm gonna put the Skull Merchant in C. Why? Because her first version was insane. It was great. It was dope. And she got nerfed. She got nerfed to oblivion, unfortunately. And, you know, the same people who were complaining about her drones being able to scan you, oh, but apparently y'all can now freaking duck for Vecna, so whatever. But she's pretty cool. She is just a human, you know, she's not kind of like these ethereal monsters or whatever, but she is pretty cool. I would genuinely be scared of her. She is a CEO and she kills other people, so, you know, interesting reverse of what happened recently. But yeah, she's very intriguing. Next, we have the Singularity. I have never played as the Singularity, but every time I go up against them, it is always a fun match. Either we're all, like, running for our lives 24/7 and somehow managing to do a generator, or we are instantly 4K'd. All right? That's just what it is. That's what it is. I like the Singularity. I think it's cool. I don't necessarily love it, but it's cool. It's dope. Next, we have the Xenomorph. The Xenomorph I'm going to put up in A tier because I love the fact that it can tunnel under the ground. I think that's so fun. And the fact that when you're in said tunnels, you can see footsteps above you. That's so cool. I think that's great. And the fact that you can, like, see traps and stuff like that. It's really fun. It's really fun. I believe I've seen a YouTuber, I don't know who did it, but they did a build and it was like the most toxic alien build or whatever. It was pretty funny to watch. It was a really good video. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun. And I thoroughly enjoyed playing as him and I like going up against him. Next we have Chucky. I'm going to put Chucky in B tier, right above the Singularity. Mainly because I have not played as Chucky. I have not played as Chucky. I've only played against Chucky. And it is quite funny. There's a lot of laughs when we are running around for our lives and then we just see this little doll. this little doll, this little short thing just running around. So that was pretty funny, and I think it leads to a lot of funny moments, and that's why he's in B, honestly, because it just makes my friends and I laugh. Next, we have The Unknown. The Unknown for me is definitely an A tier. It terrifies the crap out of me. I mean, it's just, what is it? It's the unknown. The fact that it can spit stuff at you is just a scarier thing. So yeah, it's pretty fun to play as well. The fact that it has an axe is kind of funny to me. But yeah, pretty basic killer, you know. It's scary. It's scary to go up against. The Lich. All right, this came out with the Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm automatically putting him in S tier just because he is so fun to do. Like, he's so fun to use. He's so fun to go up against. He has a bunch of attacks. I'm not gonna go into them right now, but just so you know, like, play as him. Play as him. He is so fun. He is so fun for me. Next, we have Dracula. Dracula is going in A tier. And he's another one. He can turn into a wolf. He can turn into bats. He has his normal like form. He has a fire pillar attack. So fun. So fun. And I love that whenever he's in the map, I believe, except for the license maps, I believe you can see his castle in the background. So that's great. I love that. And then lastly, we have the newest killer at the time of recording, which actually at the time of recording, we're about to get a new killer in a couple days. But next we have the Houndmaster. All right. And the Houndmaster, I'm going to put in C. Why? Because the Houndmaster, although her Mori is great, Stellar Mori, 10 out of 10. You're doing great, sweetie. I just don't think she's as scary for me. The fact that a dog can be chasing me throughout the map, okay, that's kind of scary. But she doesn't scare me. She just kind of annoys me. She's like, oh, I'm going up against a Houndmaster. Dang it. I'm going to have to like keep an eye on my back or whatever. But you know, she's good. She's a great character. With that being said though, everybody, that is our tier list. Bing bam boom. I want to know what y'all thought. I want to know what your tier list would be. I would love to talk about it. And if you have played Dead by Daylight, tell me what you think. I'd love to know. With that being said, everybody, I am going to wish you a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, whenever you are watching this. And we'll talk soon. All right. Bye.